welcome back to our second episode of Hot Comics. I am one of your hosts, Brandi Unger, and I am joined by
Lisandra Vazquez.
And we're at Hot Comics, where we interview, as you guys know, the hottest comics up and coming into the scene. And our Get to Know You episode today, we are getting to know
Lisandra Vazquez, me.
Aren't we so excited? And as we do, what's your hot topic?
My hot topic is Jennifer Lopez. I always talk about J-Lo.
I mean, we are on the heels. Yes.
No one ever... if I can work J-Lo into the equation, I will always talk about Jennifer Lopez.
I'm not mad.
No one's mad.
No one's mad.
Everyone loves it when I talk about J-Lo.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing is that I had another hot topic, but then she just got engaged.
Congratulations.
We're
again.
so happy. To
We're
Ben.
so happy.
Guys, I'm so excited. And if you can't tell, I'm a big J-Lo fan. And I love my girl. Yeah. And she got engaged to Ben Affleck after being apart. Well, they were apart for 18 years. That's a long time to be apart.
That is a whole childhood.
Yeah, that is a child was born and can vote and can register to vote at least. Now, I don't know if they can vote in Georgia, but they can vote in a lot of other states. But
they can vote in Georgia. Don't DM us.
Yeah, no, they can. Anyway, so we're working really hard to do that fair fight. Anyway, so any Hoosers, so they were apart for 18 years, which was a really long time, and they just got engaged, which means that my girl has 6 rings.
Engagement rings.
Yeah, like as in she has more rings than Kobe. She has more rings than LeBron. She is at the level
Girl's a champion.
Michael Jordan. She is the Michael Jordan of engagements, the Pippen, the Kareem. She is up there.
Talk about the rings she's got.
A champion. And love don't cost a thing, though.
I would ask her 6 ex-fiancés.
Well, I mean, they're all doing fine.
That's true. They're
all doing fine. Everyone's doing fine. But point is that my little bitter heart sees hope in that. And that's my hot topic. I mean, because my sweet girl found her. I mean, I wouldn't want my ex of 18 years ago to pull up. I was with a guy named Mike Jones. Yeah. Who? Yeah. Thank you. Not the rapper, but it was the charming homecoming king football player. So cute. Loved him so much, but he ended up cheating on me with my best friend at the time during his seniors only spring break trip to Daytona Beach.
What grade were you in then?
I was in 11th grade.
So you were popular.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. It's a thing. Anyway, so what happened is that he cheated on me, and we ended up breaking up eventually. And I went off to college, and then he went to prison for cocaine trafficking. And guys, I normally find an entrepreneur to be super sexy, but I have to draw the line at a convicted felon.
Would say that that's a reasonable thing for
your
future.
It's not because I have anything against people who have been incarcerated. It's mostly because I don't want the reality show that I want to be on is not Love After Lockup.
What is the reality show that you want to be on?
I have a few answers. I would say British Bake Off because it's delightful. It just seems like a really good time. Like Paul and Prue just seem like it, that tent, if you've seen it, it's delightful. But then I just started watching Is It Cake?
Oh, yes. Where they would like cut into this.
It would be like, is it cake? And then there'd be like this cup is it. But I would want to be a judge. I can't be a contestant because I like to see the art.
What would the best art, like what would you want to see somebody bake?
Well, to be tricked by?
Yes.
I mean, everything that they get tricked by is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a fern.
That's literally, I was like, if they were to make a fern.
I was like, surprise, Brandi, this is cake.
That would be a fun reality.
Wouldn't it be a fun twist if everything in here was cake?
We can make that happen.
Eventually. DM us if you have the funds for that and
Betty
the skill
set. Betty Crocker, if you want to sponsor us to have this entire studio to be. So I have to say, I thought that you would do something like a remodeling show. So if you guys didn't know, we are in our brand new studio.
Yeah.
And I participated in the decorating, but I didn't really help when it came to the painting. Lisandra did. And if I were to say like a home remodeling visionary, like that would be like this?
Yeah, I'm handy.
You are. You're very handy.
I love decoration. I used to watch a lot of TV growing up. That's how I learned to speak English.
From TV?
Yeah, I learned to speak English by watching television, pretty much. We moved from Puerto Rico to Ohio when I was a kid. I was about 8 years old, and then we moved, and I had to learn to speak English kind of guerrilla style because my mom just kind of like threw us into school. Yeah. But it's interesting because the things that traumatized me the most about learning the English language were not what you would think. It's traumatizing to learn about a new language.
Of course, even at the age of 7, yeah.
Yeah. But then I was like, oh, actually, what's most stressful is learning about like American traditions, specifically like how they're different from Puerto Rican traditions. Yeah. And one of them was Christmas traditions.
I'm Jewish, so I could see how they're different.
They're different. They're interesting because like even like with like Jewish traditions are also very like they're traditional. You have your thing, you do them, and they're kind of streamlined.
Yes,
and so our Christmas traditions are that way as well, where you put up the tree usually after Thanksgiving. You have everybody goes Christmas shopping. You take pictures of Santa, and then you have Christmas carols. And we have a version of that, but they're called parrandas.
What does that mean?
Parranda. Parranda. And it is a rowdy version of a Christmas carol. Okay. Where it's actually like what some people like to call it. It's a yearly residential insurrection. Sounds like with instruments.
Sounds like something I kind of would want to be a part of.
You would want to be part of? Okay. So picture this. It's Christmas time. Okay. I'll take you with me. It's Christmas time. And you see a crowd of hungry, enthusiastic Puerto Ricans in the distance just waiting to storm the houses of their loved ones. At night. Okay. Like at midnight on a Tuesday.
So this is just like coming in hot.
Yeah. Okay. So you see them? You're not really expecting it. You're at home. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, and then you hear, and then they're like, traigo esta trulla para que te levantes, which means I brought this crowd to wake you up. And then we go, poof, we bust inside your house. We start eating your food. Like, screw you if you wanted to save that for later. And if you were trying to sleep, also screw you. So then we go, si no me dan de beber, lloro, which means if you don't give me alcohol, I'm going to cry.
So wholesome.
I know. And then this goes on from house to house to house until we gather enough food to make a stew at the end of the last house.
Do you eat it all that night too?
Yeah. And then, but hold on. And they go, a las 2 de la mañana, which means at 2 o'clock in the morning, nos comimos un sopón. We had a stew. Y se nos metió un dolor. But I got a tummy ache. Allá por la madrugada until the early morning. And so that's really confusing as a child because you're seeing your family bust their way into people's houses, take their food, overeat that food, and then complain about it in song form. But that's for my therapist to unpack.
Oh, man.
No, actually, and it's funny because my mom heard me. I told my mom that story of and she heard me say it, and she was like, "Lisandra," she's like, "You said stew. Stew implies beef, and we use chicken."
I mean, yeah. So what is it not a stew? Is it a soup?
It's a sopao, which is like it's a soup, but like for the joke, it makes better. It's stew is more complete because you're saying more materials. And what I'm trying to tell you is that my mom is trying to control my life, and that's why I'm in therapy.
We're very pro therapy here. So as we do in every episode, we are picking our comedy hotties. So Lisandra, who is your hottie?
Okay, my hottie is PJ Audenzia.
We
love me some PJ.
We love PJ. That's PJ. A good one. That's a really good one.
PJ's a really good one. PJ is also a comic that started around a little bit before me, and they are doing a lot of really great work. I've seen them. I see them up all the time, out at mics, out at everything, and they their material is continuing to grow, and I see them growing as a performer, more confident and hilarious.
Yeah,
I just can't speak high. Like I just really, and they're a great person too. So
great person, great style.
I mean, the fashion
on. Okay, that is a fantastic pick. So you saw it flash up on the screen. Go follow PJ. And guys, that is it for our second Get to Know You episode of Hot Comics. And for our next one,
we will have our first guest.
Yes,
and we will have our actual first hot comic, and that will be announced very soon. If you can't already see it on the on the episodes that are coming up, but we are very excited. Thank you so much for following us. Follow us on Instagram at Hot Comics Pod. I'm at Lisandra __ and Vazquez, and you are at,
and I'm at Hunger for Bunger.
And they're on the screen. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you on the next episode.
Excited for this journey, team. Bye. Bye.